Hi there, Floating in Dreams here. Today we are doing a video all about the best cool toned highlighters. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. In today's video, I have my top 10 favorite highlighters for people with fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone. So if you have a cool undertone and you're struggling to find a good highlighter, I hope this video can be of help for you to figure out what you might enjoy. I have 10 in total for you, plus one honorable mention. So let's just get to these. I'm gonna swatch all of them on the back of my hand for you, so you have some live swatches, so you can compare and contrast these to see what formulas might be right for you. And I have a really mixed bag here of like different shades and formulas and stuff like that. So depending on what you want to go for, there's something for you here. And one of these beauties is on my cheeks today. So first things first, we have the honorable mention. This is the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Highlighter. I've only been using it once or twice so far. This is in my Shop My Stash to be reviewed. My first impression is really good, but I don't want to like add this to like the top 10. But since I think it is really nice, I think I do want to show you this. So this is an honorable mention. This is a shade Pretty Purlz, and you may be wondering, just looking at it, is that great for cool toned skin? Because it looks really golden. It definitely does. It looks very golden when you look at it in the pan, but I feel that once it goes on, it is definitely a very different shade. So don't judge a book by its cover, because with these highlighters, you sometimes do need to see it in context. So there is what the Fenty Beauty Pretty Purlz Demi Glow Highlighter is looking like on my skin tone. Of course, when you sheer it out, you don't see that base layer as much. And that's definitely something I would recommend looking for when you're when you're looking into highlighters, is how strong is the base color. If the base color is too strong, especially if you have very fair skin, they can very easily leave a dark cast, which you don't want. And what I like about this is how soft this pearl is. Like, it's incredibly shiny. It's that high shine, super impactful highlighter that we know from like the 2016 highlighter craze, but it's not heavy, and it doesn't look heavy on, and it doesn't have any sparkle. So if that's something you're looking for, then I think the Demi Glows from Fenty Beauty can be really nice. I will be reviewing this highlighter in the next couple of weeks over on the blog. So if you do want to stay tuned for that review and see what it looks like on my cheeks, you don't have to wait too long, because I did already do a makeup look with all of the Fenty Beauty products I have in my makeup collection. So you can see it going on in that video, which I will link to in the description box down below. I don't have too many like cream or liquid highlighters that I feel are perfect for fair skin. I don't know why, but a lot of the liquid highlighters I enjoy are strong peach or golden toned highlighters, so that's not necessarily something that is going to be right for this video. I still enjoy them, but it may not be universally flattering. But I think a highlighter that's going to be very universally flattering for a lot of people is the RMS Beauty Living Luminizer. This is essentially a balm that has a bit of shine to it. On the cheeks, it doesn't look like much. I also really enjoy Glossier's Halo Scope in Quartz. That's a very similar shade to this, I feel. But that one expired on me. It started to smell weirdly, and I haven't been able to repurchase it yet. I do want to bring it back into the collection, but for the time being, I have my RMS Beauty Luminizer. Ooh, and this lighting, it looks even a little bit silvery. It's not that silver in real life. It's more like, it's still on the back of my finger here. It's this really sheer, sort of wet look, sort of cream highlighter. I believe it's used a lot at Victoria's Secret modeling shows and whatever, because RMS Beauty a lot of the times does their makeup, and it's this really beautiful sort of wet look glow. And because it has such a transparent creamy base, it goes with any look, it goes with any skin tone. You can wear this whoever you are. They do different shades in the Living Luminizer range nowadays as well, because I think there are like things that are a little bit more golden tone, that have more red into them. But I feel because this is so transparent and like sheer, it's really, really beautiful on the lids. On the cheeks, and it's a really beautiful product, especially in the summertime. It's very foolproof, and I love it in the summertime when I don't wear much makeup at all. And then finally, this is sort of like a cream powder hybrid, I feel, because I can use this with a brush. The Living Luminizer from RMS, I do have to tap on with fingers. But the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Glow? Diamond Balm in How Many Carats. I love this, especially in the winter time. I feel it's like the RMS Beauty Living Luminizer, but on steroids, because this has actual glitter particles in. That has to be your cup of tea. I have to be very honest here. But here is what it looks like on my finger. I think it has a very similar vibe, but it is sparkly. So if you don't like sparkly things on your cheeks, then the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm and How Many Carats may not be for you. But for me, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it in the wintertime because with the low light settings and like candlelight and stuff everywhere, it really, really brings your highlighter to life. Whereas I feel that especially in low light settings, some highlighters do not capture the light as much. And because this has the chunkier particles in, it does, but without it making you look like a glitter bomb, I find. So yeah, the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm has been a staple in my collection for years. I got mine in a mini set with one of their lip glosses, and the highlighter is still going strong. If I ever hit pan on it and use it up, I would be interested in buying a full size of it if they still do it by that time. I love a good multi-chrome highlighter. This can very easily be used on the cheeks. Very often if you have a cool undertone, a lot of multi-chromes have a gold yellow shift in it, which isn't always pretty, but I feel that the Space Glam highlighter from Catrice, which is also really affordable, isn't just gold, but it has like green and pink in it as well. So it is absolutely gorgeous. It has a bit of a lavender vibe too. Like it has so many beautiful shifts in. I hope I can show you the shifts a little bit here when it's on my finger, but it is gorgeous, gorgeous on the cheeks. And the reason why this is so beautiful on the cheeks is because it has that transparent base. So on me, I feel I get more of like the purple and the pink than I do the peachy gold that it also has. So it has a shift from like lavender pink into peach into gold with a bit of green. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really stunning, but it has a very transparent base as well. So with a lot of multi-chromes, I feel sometimes that the base color is a little bit too heavy and it's too obvious on my cheeks, and it emphasizes texture for that reason as well. But this one is absolutely beautiful. And again, no sparkles there. The only one that's sparkly that I have here is the Fenty Beauty. Everything else is like this really smooth finish. I think if you have a cool to neutral undertone, the thing you need in your highlighter life is a pink toned highlighter. Pink toned highlighters are possibly the best. This is by Dior. This is the Forever Couture Luminizer in Pink Glow. This has been a favorite for a while. You can see mine is well used by that sort of like patch that I have created there in the middle. And this is absolutely beautiful. For a very long time, I did not like pink toned highlighters because a lot of pink toned highlighters tend to be rose gold leaning. This is like this really soft ballet pink. It reminds me of like a tutu skirt. Like, you know, that sort of like really nice, like satiny, silky skirt that these ballet dancers wear over their leotards. It's that sort of shade. And it's absolutely gorgeous as well. I've swatched it here near my thumb, which is a little bit difficult to show you, but you can see it catching the light there. It has a soft focus, really smooth texture to it, and then it has this hint of pink. It's almost like a white base. I wouldn't call it a white base because it's very transparent. You don't see it sitting on your cheeks at all, but it's like this white base with a touch of pink, which I think is why it works. A really good option is also to go for something that's more like white silver leaning, and I think the Rare Beauty Enlighten highlighter is excellent for that. This is a really beautiful but very fragile formula. I'm always very careful when I show this because it is fragile, and these kind of shades are absolutely stunning as well. I feel that this is as white as I would go. I decluttered my Pearl by Becca. I used to own that one in the past as well. But that was too stark of a white, and for some reason, if it's too white, it doesn't look natural anymore. But this one from Rare Beauty has been my replacement for Pearl, and I would reach for this over Pearl any time of day. Here it is. It's definitely, like, you can see how much wider it is compared to like the pink and like the Demi Glow from Fenty Beauty. Like it's right here. It almost looks a little bit silvery, like it seems to have a silver sparkle running through it. At least on the back of my hand it does. And it's this really, really buttery, soft formula as well. It's so soft and easy to blend. You only need a little bit for it to go on. You don't get a lot of product, I believe. It's only 2.8 grams, but it is this dome. So I do feel because you only need a hint, like a touch of your highlighter brush and you're good. Other shades I enjoy are things that have a little bit of peach running through them. I also love a stronger peach. For instance, I have the Rare Beauty liquid highlighter in Mesmerize, which is their peach tone. I also have a Nabla highlighter in Privilege that is a strong, like true peach. But there are also peachy toned highlighters that have more iridescence to them. And one that I really enjoy is the highlighter from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Iridescent Strobe Light. And this is absolutely beautiful. You can see that it has a little bit of warmth, but it's sort of like a step up from the Dior, I feel. And mine, it used to have a dome. The dome is completely gone because I wear this so often. But here I have a pretty full-on swatch on the fingertip here. You can see it has that hint of orange, but it's not like overly orange. And what I also like about this, and I have another one in a second, it's very soft focus. It's like compared to the Rare Beauty, like the Rare Beauty is so much shinier than this one from Hourglass is. So if you want a highlighter that has a subtlety to it, then the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting highlighters are incredibly good. I just remember when those launched, nobody liked them. I was like the only person on the planet who enjoyed them, but they still do them. You can still pick up this shade till this day. It's really beautiful and it has this beautiful soft focus. And then we're getting into favorites territory as well, because I have another Fenty. This is why I wanted to try the Demi Glow. Because the Demi Glow, like Fenty Beauty is like one of my go-to highlighter brands by now. I also have one of the Kilowatt highlighters. This is in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, and I've hit pan in both shades. So this is Lightning Dust, this is Fire Crystal. I'll swatch both of them for you. And you can see that both of them have a little bit of that peachy tone to it. So I'm wearing Lightning Dust a little bit more than I do Fire Crystal nowadays, because Fire Crystal is a little bit more intense. And I feel that Lightning Dust is a little bit similar to what Hourglass has to offer, where it's also this like softer focus, and then this one is a little bit more of a strong highlighter. So depending on what you like, they kind of go both ways. These are softer, they're really, really beautiful. So here, where did they go? Here they go. So here is the Lightning Dust shade, and here is Fire Crystal. And you can see on the back of my hand, you can see the difference. That Lightning Dust is a little bit more that subtle, almost more mattifying look. It's more of a satiny feel. And then Fire Crystal has a little bit more intensity to it. Another highlighter I've hit pan on is my Kiko Glow Fusion in shade 1. I believe it's called Brilliant Champagne. That's a shade name for it. I have been digging away at this for some time now, and the pan keeps getting bigger. You can see what a big dent I have in this, even despite it just having pan. And this is another really nice soft focus. And this is actually my favorite shade of highlighter to wear, where it is this slight, I wouldn't call it yellow, but it's sort of like a white gold. That's how I would describe this. But this in texture is very similar to the Hourglass. It is very sort of that soft focus, satin leaning sort of shade. It has a little bit of shine. Like you can just see with the Catrice right next to it, how much less shine there is with the Kiko, but it's absolutely gorgeous on. And despite it having that like lighter yellow running through it, it is still a really pretty shade because it has this beautiful cool tone base to it, and it blends so well with my skin tone. I love that one. The one that's on my face today is the Digital Dust highlighter from Melt. This is in the shade Morningstar, and it's similar to the Kiko. It's just a little bit more intense. It's essentially like a white gold kind of shade. You can see, again, I've been using it a ton. This is a highlighter that I neglected for the longest time, but as I have been decluttering my makeup collection over the years, and I'm really sort of like honing in on what I'm truly loving, this has become a standout in my collection. And here is what it looks like on the cheeks. You can see it has a beautiful shine to it, and it has a little bit of like a shift to it, but not quite. Like it's white, gold, and a hint of peach, I would call it. A hint of peach. Let me put it right next to the Fenty Beauty right here. So I've swatched this one right here for you guys. Not sure if I can show you this correctly, but it's right here. And you can see that it has this like very sort of white base and then this peachy pink sort of shift. It's absolutely beautiful. Sheared out with a brush because this is of course a full-on finger swatch, so that always looks a little bit differently. But yeah, with a brush, I feel you really get that sort of white base more than anything else. And a similar texture to the Melt and a similar shade to the Kiko and the Melt as well is the MAC Extra Dimension highlighter in Double Gleam. Not sure they still do these. I'm not entirely sure, but again, have been getting a lot of use out of it, and I love this sort of like baked formula. So same with the Kiko and the Melt. This is sort of like this baked gelée formula, and I absolutely adore it. You can see the shine there, and Double Gleam, so beautiful, so beautiful. And this goes every time of year. Like any time of year I can wear this. Winter, summer, it's such a universal highlighter for me. It does have that yellow undertone to it, but I really enjoy that. It's gold, but without it being overly yellow, and because it has that baked gelée formula, it's really beautiful in its application on the skin, and it never looks heavy, which is always something I'm looking for. Like I've decluttered all of those really heavy 2016 Ofra sort of highlighters that were trending at the time. Those I don't love, but if it's like something like this, let me see if I can show it to you. Ooh, this is all of them, all 11 of these highlighters that I've swatched out for you. So we started things off with the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow right here, RMS Beauty, Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm, Catrice Space Glam, and then I put the Kiko Milano Glow Fusion over here. We have the MAC Double Gleam right here near my thumb. This is the Dior. Now I need to give it a think. This was Hourglass. No, that's not Hourglass. What did we do? Oh, this is Rare Beauty. Then we have Hourglass. Then we have the two shades from the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt. And then finally over here, we have the Melt Cosmetics Digital Dust. So some excellent highlighters. I really hope that this video was helpful for you, that these highlighters tickled your fancy in some way or other. There's definitely different tones and stuff, but I feel that I go for the more subtle undertones in highlighters, because that way they also go with a lot more blushes. Like I'm wearing the Melt right now with a peachy tone blush, and it works perfectly. So it definitely works out all together. So thanks so much for watching this video today. Let me know in a comment down below what your favorite cool tone highlighter is. I would love to know. And then I really hope you enjoyed watching this video today. Come back for more, because I do make videos about cool tone stuff from time to time. I do it at least once a month, but it's popping up in all of my videos essentially because that's just what my skin likes best. And yes, I look a little green today because I have a giant tree in front of my house, and it's currently in full bloom, and until it has stopped blooming, I'm going to have this green cast in some of my videos. So it's not because I've suddenly turned green. It's because it's spring, and spring is springing over here. It definitely is in full force at the minute. So thanks so much for being here, and then I really hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.